Now you're just clapping. Oh, this is the start of the podcast, I think.
If you were on the surface of the sun,
I died.
but you had
No,
the
dead.
you
Immediately
Wait,
killed.
You're not alive?
Wait.
No.
If you were on the surface of the sun and you had boots that
They would burn instantly.
that were invincible.
You wouldn't even make it to the sun. You'd be dead.
No, but the boots.
How am I breathing? How am I
boots. The
withstanding the
boots.
heat? The boots are making me breathe.
The boots? No, actually. What if there is oxygen around the sun and we just don't know because we've never been there?
Seems likely.
What do the boots do? Are they helping me not burn?
what do the boots do? For some reason, you're on the surface of the sun.
And I'm alive.
You're alive and you're wearing these really big Yeezys. They're way too big for your feet. And you are somehow alive. What would be your reasoning?
How did I get these Yeezys?
You're on the sun. There's nobody there to ask that question.
It was sponsored.
Yeah.
Easy sponsored you to go to the sun.
You look down and you just see the sun slowly transform into Kanye West's face as he just and he just slowly starts zooming in, and you cry really hard, and then you wake up, but you're still on the sun.
All right, this bit's gone on too long.
I tried to look up, is there oxygen on the sun? And I got something.
Why did you look that up?
I got something much worse.
What'd you get?
That there is not enough oxygen in our solar system to keep the sun ablaze for even hours. It would immediately burn through so much oxygen that the entire solar system would be just die.
Would you
I'm
just?
gonna have nightmares now.
Am I more dumb? Who's the dumber one? Me for saying there could be oxygen on the sun, or Craig for Googling it?
To be honest, Jacob, I think a lot of the times when you say something, you stumble upon genius. So I just like to make sure that I got your back.
I'm backwards. I'm so stupid that I'm smart. Hey everybody, our friend Mia is on the podcast today. Yay! Hello. Welcome to the game. This is a podcast. But you are actually going to be in a game.
Yeah.
You're going to be in our new series. Oh, I'm announcing it here. Well, no, there's a video going up. When's this going up?
Thursday?
Wednesday? Thursday?
Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Thursday.
Okay, so this is Wednesday. Then in a couple of hours, I'm going to upload an update video explaining our new games.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them is Icewind Dale Ram of the Frost Maiden, which we're going to be playing on every other Saturdays. And Mia is joining us and playing in the game. And so is Spencer.
Yeah.
And so is Craig.
Yeah.
And so is Colton. So that's our party for that game. And we're really excited to have you join because we do play a game with you in Craig's game on Sundays, which used to be another game. And then it became a different game called Slug Belly. And now that game might change. We don't know what's going on. But
there are games.
Life
and we
happens.
play them.
we have played the game Dungeons and Dragons with you before. Yes.
multiple times. Some might say.
Yeah.
Where you played a druid who raised plant zombies to life,
Yes.
and also
Yes.
a werewolf.
Yes.
Who was
Or
a
did you just
teenager.
worship the moon?
No, I was a
Both.
werewolf. I didn't worship the moon at all.
The moon
How-
was a god, though?
You didn't have anything to do with the moon?
Well, my people had stuff to do with the moon because
Mm-hmm.
they're, werewolves.
If I had a nickel for every time you had a moon-related character, I would have
rich.
2 nickels. And that isn't that many
No.
nickels, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Yeah.
The
No.
problem is it's worse.
Only
than
you
that.
Yeah.
Only you knew how many nickels I have.
Rich.
Oh my god, how many moon characters have you made?
Well,
I
the moon exploded, so it doesn't matter anymore.
You're right, it's gone now.
Yeah.
Exactly it.
Yeah.
Got
We're
it.
fine.
And
Well-
the stars were eaten by the giant snake. In the
Craig's
sky.
game
very
is
upsetting.
wild.
It's so
I'm pretty sure we stopped
I got-
Cthulhu.
I
or
got
something.
killed by a
The
house.
father of maggots.
Yeah.
The new season's just been called Goodnight Moon.
Good.
Aw.
Oh,
Yeah, it's Goodnight Moon.
That
The new-
actually makes me sad.
what if the new campaign is that we're in a world where we can't see the sky, we're underground all the time. We think it's like an Underdark themed campaign, and we break the surface and we're on the moon as it disappeared. So we don't know where the other campaign takes place on the moon
Oh.
in the same way. Craig starts typing.
Please do.
Yeah. So today, because Spencer and Mia, you both like to paint minis, we
Mhm.
figured that today for the podcast we would paint some minis. But because I'm evil and sadistic and like to make everybody's lives objectively worse,
Sure.
I'm only allowing you to pick 3 colors to paint these minis that we've picked
Yeah.
out today. I have here a dwarf. You got what do you guys got over there? What minis did you pick out?
Craig gave us a very beautiful selection. I have this little pig, and by pig I mean it's a pig,
Oh.
and it's wearing a little helmet. You can't see it, but Craig has pictures.
And I was saying earlier that's what my soul looks like.
Yeah,
is
and
a little
then
pig
this
with
is
a
like
helmet.
a maybe a druid lady. She's got a little vine
Mm.
staff. Very beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah.
What you got?
I got this nice little treasure chest.
Oh.
You also can't see it.
Is it a
Yeah, it's too
mimic?
far away.
We won't know.
We won't know until you do the investigation.
If you pick your right
check.
colors,
That's
it
true.
could be.
It could be.
That's true,
Yeah.
yes.
And then I got this little dragon person
Oh.
that obviously is a kobold.
Of
yeah,
course.
obviously.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Little kobold. Kobolds are
Oh,
amazing.
right. Doing
Kobolds
that.
are sacred
Craig
in
made
our
me like
games.
kobolds.
Yeah.
I used
Oh.
to think kobolds were just the
Yeah,
worst.
we
and then
saved
Craig
some
made
in the
them
game. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
good.
My paladin had like 3 little kobolds that
Yeah.
followed him around.
Now they have this little pumpkin farm.
Yeah,
up
good
north.
time. The blackened one is their
Didn't-
leader.
Yeah, the blackened one for
Yeah.
I'm
sure.
pretty sure we watched 3 kobolds throw themselves into lava in their game or something
It's
like
No
that.
same-
doubt.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
doubt.
Yeah,
Okay,
for
so
science.
Oh, I mean
Yeah.
that's the kobold's natural state of being is being thrust into imminent doom sometimes.
mhm. So Mia, which 3 colors are you picking?
Oh, there has to be some like disastrous purple color that goes on with this.
Mhm.
Maybe like a lime green and maybe some silver.
Okay, and Spencer?
So I thought about this. I actually picked out the colors that I wanted before, and then you told me not to. I had like a brown and a green, and then
Okay.
like a skin tone color, and then I remembered I also have to paint this little pig. So he might look a little strange, but she's gonna look pretty cool.
I went into the Discord and said, guys, quick, I need 3 colors at here. And I got purple, navy blue, orange, blue, green, blue, red, blue, and green, pink,
What-
purple, gray, mauve, orange,
Mauve.
black,
All
ochre,
right,
cyan. And I said thanks, and everybody said you're welcome. So I think I have to go with the first 3, which is
Yeah.
purple, navy, and blue. Isn't navy also blue?
Do the
Yes.
next one.
So purple, blue, and orange.
Ah,
Great.
Those are
Thanks,
actually some
Psychic
strong
Pineapple,
colors.
Yeah.
Mario Sack, Weasley 65, and Garmin. Appreciate it.
I'll have to sneeze, but it doesn't
So, retrieve the colors.
The colors.
Get the colors. Also, if you guys are hearing a little bit of a fan in the background, that's because it's like 100 degrees. And we're in a room with for some reason, my office has a vaulted ceiling, and it's hot in here.
the sun gods may just decide our power no longer works too.
Yeah,
So this
exactly.
podcast might be like 30 minutes. The sun god
You
decides.
stand outside
No
for
more
a little
power.
bit longer, you will just die. So, I need orange. Yeah, orange, purple, and blue. Like the purest form of those colors. Not even
The
like
best you can
not even like a
find.
light orange
a
or like
shade, just
or like
dead
a
ass.
like a desaturated purple, just pure purple.
The truest shade of purple.
Orange.
That's it.
It's called mythical orange.
Yeah.
Grimoire purple, huh? Blue.
Jesus.
Somebody just added me and put green.
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 Grima worm tongue. That's the
I
color
need
of
a-
green.
How do you paint minis? I need a brush.
Yes.
What the fuck? I have to paint purple into this dwarf? Christ.
I bet you could use.
Maybe
your
he's like a
fingers.
Durgar or something.
Just lick your.
Oh, just lick. Yeah, and
uh-huh.
it just looks like shit.
No, it's fine. Trust me. That's how. The
Have you
best
done?
ones
Have
do
you
it.
done that before?
Always.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Drink the
fun.
paint water too. Trust me.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'll feel great after it.
Mhm. Definitely.
It's like a reset. Hey, Craig, can I also have a piece of paper?
Yes, you can.
I don't know where I put my little.
I think it fell.
It fell.
He fell.
He
but
fell.
I will get,
Oh.
just in case, I'll have this paper ready.
Craig had it. Ready to go. All right. Well, should we do peak or
I'm gonna do dwarf guy. I need a brush.
well, the brush is on.
Oh, I can't reach down there.
Yeah,
All right,
you
maybe I
can.
can. I'm
Strong.
just gonna use one brush.
Oh, you
All right,
madman.
I'm just doing this brush.
Oh,
That's all
the
I'm
biggest
doing.
brush I have. He looked like he went to the color festival.
This is some fucking like multitasking I have to do here. This is ridiculous.
Do we
You're going
have some
to.
more water too?
I have
got-
a water.
got Sprite.
Jacob and I
Oh,
could-
you know what? Sprite's great. I could definitely do that.
I bet the caffeinated the bubbles kind of get the brush cleaner quicker.
You know, that actually makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Too much
There-
sense, and some might say.
There were 2 of these. Did you drink the other one?
I didn't
Just
drink one.
down one real fast, a quick shot.
Guys, I'm a little thirsty.
Well, sippy.
If you drink paint, is it bad?
Well, this one's probably, the bottle will say. These probably
One
won't kill
time-
you, but they probably won't be very good.
One time I got drunk like a year ago, and I put a paint bottle in my mouth and I squeezed it and exploded my mouth. Pretty sure I consumed paint then.
Okay, awesome. Thank
Oh,
you.
that's cool. If that spills,
It's just
It
water.
does say
Yeah, that's true.
non-toxic.
Non-toxic,
So,
so
probably not
I'll be
super
fine.
great, but
Don't
definitely not
eat it.
super.
I have faith in us.
Yeah,
Don't
no,
eat it.
No. Yeah, no.
so
Here-
I
No.
can.
No,
No.
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 No?
No.
I can't.
No.
Just because it won't hurt you doesn't mean you should.
Yeah.
All right.
Um,
Just because we can go to the sun doesn't mean we should.
Yeah.
Might turn into Kanye.
Yeah.
Bad time.
So, Craig, yeah, why don't you actually bust down some? Well, you know what? Actually, why don't we introduce Mia a little bit to the people who do not know her?
Oh, great.
You live with Craig. Is that
Mhm.
confidential information?
No.
Can I say that? Okay, cool. You live with Craig.
You know I have to
No,
die.
no, yeah.
Everyone has to
I have
die.
to kill you
Sorry.
now.
I am an assassin though, so. Good
Oh
luck.
shit, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I forgot.
Like John Wick.
What is the
Mhm.
best part and the worst part about living with Craig?
We're getting
Oh,
some
no.
Craig
You put
insight
you
here.
put me on blast. Now's your time to air your grievance to the world.
Oh, you know what? The worst part about living with Craig is
Yeah.
that I'm oppressed on a daily basis.
Oh,
Yep. Uh-huh.
Not only will I not be allowed to have an animal because it's in our lease that I can't,
Yeah.
but I'm no longer allowed to use the airbrush in the
Okay.
living room.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
Okay, again, we talked about this. You have to learn to properly
It was
advocate for yourself. It's not you were not allowed
not
ever.
allowed. I'm not ever. It's terrifying.
Mia
and-
asked her brother to come over, and we're
Uh-huh.
gonna watch the wrap up of campaign 2
Yeah.
for Critical Role.
Yeah.
Specifically, him coming over. Jeff does not come over a whole lot, so it's kind of a whole deal, especially to come over for that long of a thing.
Yeah.
She's
yeah.
like,
I've known
hey,
my
so-
entire life, it's fine.
Can Jeff come over for not only this Critical Role thing that they're going to be talking the entire time and asking questions and talking about more things? It's can we do all of this as well as can I turn a leaf blower on 5 feet from your face so that I can ignore it and both of you cannot hear it, and we'll just do that
Look.
instead.
Oh
All
my
I'm
god,
saying,
that's
though,
awesome.
Is that the amount of noise that it makes is sound kept on Discord. So if
You're
you
right.
can't even hear it on Discord, it can't be that
Well,
loud.
in September when I get my vaccine that gives me not only 5G but also sound gating,
Oh,
we'll talk
We'll
again.
talk again? Okay. Well, that's definitely the worst part. Is
You
that
would
I'm
get a
oppressed.
noise game with the
Yes.
Oh, no.
You also get voice mod too. Have you have that
Oh,
update?
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm so excited for that. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Newsom just released it.
And they'll also have what is that? The
Moderna
Apple
1.1.
Find My iPhone ability, but you'll be able to
Me?
find people. You'll be
Whoa.
like, "Where's Craig?" And you'll be walking around, and then you'll just emit bing 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 bing. That's cool. You don't have to answer the second part of that question, which was, "What's the best part about living with Craig?" Because I think there's a lot of good reasons. The only
There's a
reason I
lot.
keep asking you, and this is
Yeah.
not the first time I've been like, tell me,
secrets?
lambast Craig for
Yeah.
me, is because I can't find any flaws, and it's making me nervous.
Nervous? Yeah, well, there you go. He oppresses those who he should not. Apparently, also, I've been working on a lot of crafts recently,
Mhm.
especially in regards to
God damn
like
it, the
D&D
crafts.
stuff. And
Is this primed?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
All is already
Primed.
primed.
I don't know. Maybe I just need to do another layer, but his axe looks like it's just covered in nacho cheese.
Oh,
Oh, he's
it's
the-
orange.
You know what? You have orange, blue, and purple. You know what those colors are? Taco Bell.
Fuck!
Taco
You
Bell
assholes! You
dwarf.
made me do Taco Bell
I want
minis.
Taco
Chalupa
Bell.
dwarf.
Well, we should get Taco Bell after this.
Okay, not only does Craig oppress you in the living
Oh.
room,
Yes, because so I was doing crafts out in the living room.
Mm-hmm.
And then he told me I could no longer do crafts in the living room.
yeah.
Because apparently, somehow my craft material got into his room.
Okay.
So, which was not my fault. I
Now-
didn't do it.
How did that
Here,
happen?
here I come as Sherlock Holmes doing the investigation, and I have to plan it out again. Again, you invited Jeff over to play D&D. We needed that table. I didn't say you couldn't. I just said,
You
hey,
said
we
I-
might need to give Jeff this table.
No, you didn't say we
Your
might.
craft stuff's here. I'm not bunting you out. We just may need it.
No, you said I'm going to have to restrain you to the office from now on.
Restrain-
It's terrible. That's all I'm saying is I have this whole other place that I could be doing crafts, but can no longer do it in the living room. as
And that
well.
is true. She did get some fluff, and somehow it winded up in my bathroom,
That's not
which
my
is
fault.
the
Fluff.
complete opposite of
It
the
I just
house.
sounds
want to point
like
out that
you
your
may
guys'
have
house
taken it.
is the
I think
cleanest.
Baby Man took it. What
Baby
happened?
Man took
Yeah,
it
I
to
think
your
Landon got
bathroom?
it caught in his wheels, and then for reference, Landon is my brother-in-law who is also in a wheelchair, not
Mhm.
a person that just rides a bike in the
Yeah.
house. He's like just shred in my home.
You guys have like the cleanest house I've ever been in. I
Yeah.
always get so jealous every time. I'm like, there's nothing in here. How do you like? We just have so much stuff.
Yeah.
Like even in here behind you, it's organized, but it's just shit. It's just
Yeah.
shit that we
Yeah.
just have, and it's just everywhere. You guys just like have not a whole lot of stuff, and I'm like,
Easy.
it's so clean in here.
I'll give you the trick. Mental illness.
Oh, that's it. It's
Neuroses.
mental illness, isn't it?
The
Yeah.
need to
Yeah.
clean
Or,
my house.
you know,
My
course.
mother was the same person
Also,
that had like,
oppression.
yeah, you're right. Every day, just like
There
Matilda,
would be stuff everywhere if it weren't for
but-
Craig.
Yep,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like,
I'm a
no.
tyrant in the household.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
we must have it clean. And I went, well,
I'm like
well,
Mr. Clean's big brother. I'm like Mr. Mean.
Mr. Mean.
So mean.
Speaking
so
of-
I wanted to ask you, Mia, you've
Yeah.
played in a lot of Adventures League, which I didn't know
Yeah.
about you until recently, which I thought was pretty cool.
Okay.
The end of that question, which was, you've done Adventures League before. If you're willing to answer, you don't
Yeah.
have to. What is the worst experience you've ever had with Adventures League? Don't worry, we'll talk about something positive afterwards, but it's more fun to
It's
talk
time to
about
air your
negative.
grievances out.
Yeah.
I'm totally fine. So,
Bonding.
I can also give you like actually the worst experience I had sitting down at a table.
Oh God! All right.
So when I was first starting out, my brother was trying to get me into it. I was still living in Connecticut at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I came home for break, and he's like, "Hey, you should come try D&D with me." I'm like, "Eh." He goes, "Don't trust me." He made me watch Critical Role. I was like, "Okay."
Have you ever played it before?
Never played it before.
Okay, all right.
I was like, but I read a lot of fantasy, like loved that sort of stuff, right?
Mhm.
He's all, "Come play with me. It'll be a good time." I show up on Sunday, and just so happens they weren't doing Adventures League that day, but they had a group of Pathfinder that were playing. And like, well, you
Okay.
can learn that, which is fine. It was a basically 3.5.
Yeah.
I sat down at the table with my brother, and I rolled a character that I've never played before. The GM didn't help me at all. My brother was trying to help me build this
Especially
cleric
with
out.
Pathfinder, it's kind of hard to
It's-
get into.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't know what I was doing at all, but I was like, okay, I kind of want to do this cleric thing. I spent, no joke, like 40 minutes, and then they get started to play, and the guy's like, well, let me set the scene. You guys are in a brothel.
Okay.
And I was like, I don't know any of you people. I think I'm going to leave.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Did you just leave?
Food buy. Yeah, I was
Oh, thank God.
I told Joe, I was like, I'm going to go to Starbucks. And I
Dang.
left, and then he like came out like right after. So,
Dang, that's
yeah.
that's.
Yeah, that was a big.
That was kind of similar to her first experience with D&D too. Was
yeah.
we were playing it with a friend of mine that we have gone down a legend notoriously known as Richard. That's not his name, but
No.
we call him that.
Yeah.
And he like kind of got me into D&D,
Yeah.
but the games that he would run were real weird.
Yeah.
And like they weren't like inappropriate. I wouldn't say that. It didn't get
No.
to like that level, but it was just like what was it about the game that was just kind of like you were like, I don't ever want to play this.
It wasn't really the game, because I was very interested in D&D because you'd been playing it for like a year more than me. It's just he made me very uncomfortable with things that he would say to me, and so I was like, I don't think I like this. And then I played a game with you, and I was like, this is so much more enjoyable when he's not here.
Why does there have to be so many shitty people who ruin this?
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Well, at least you got into it later.
Yeah, it was like a
Um,
week after that, or maybe 2 weeks later. You were like, "Yeah, I'll run a game for you," and he wasn't there because around that time was when you guys kind of were like, "We don't like this person very much anymore."
Dang. Yeah. So on the opposite side of that, Craig was telling me before we started this that you guys used to play in the shop that you work at, Craig, which in which you guys would have like these insanely huge moral debates over your Curse of Strahd game, and people would be like, "Is everything all right?" And you guys are like just freaking out. What's like? Is there like an experience like that you like really really remember, and you're like, that was like so awesome and so much fun?
Yeah, so it was this crazy thing of like so it wound up not even being Curse of Strahd. It was like our homebrew version of like part 2 of it. Of us all getting stuck back in it, and I was playing this gunslinger who probably should have been a paladin with how like righteous she was with everything, but she had like -1 charisma.
Oh, geez.
So it was her and the other person at that party who was like a ranger who was like -2 charisma.
Oh my god!
But we were the ones who like had the really moral dilemmas about everything, and one of them was like whether or not we should free these basically slaves at the winery, or if we should just burn it down.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
So I got into this yelling match with the guy who has like -2 charisma at the table about how we've got to do what's right, what's just. And to be honest, she probably lost that argument. She lost almost every argument, but it would take like 2 hours for them to resolve before they realize, oh, we just don't have to listen to you.
Oh my god, I love bits like that where the game can just elevate the players to a point of thinking, to a point where it's like, oh my god, we're literally like yelling about what to do about these slaves, and it's like it's important, but it's like it's so cool that it became that important. Like that's always like my favorite to see happen with players.
I love when that, because it's like you click into your character, you stop thinking about anything else. Like you're just in that mindset.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a good time.
It gets real fun. That's cool. That's fun. So I don't know. Maybe we'll get into that with Icewind Dale. We'll see what happens. We've gotten into that with his game. I squeaked when I said that, but that's because I was just remembering. Okay, so for context, we were playing in your game, Craig, and we there was Warforged. I was playing Jace, and the Warforged were good, bad. What was the dilemma with this? It was like there was a machine that could tell the future, and it could predict when people were going to be evil, so they could kill them ahead of time. Is that what it was?
More or less. I mean, essentially, it's really kind of odd because the faction that is also kind of the evil guys in Avni is also kind of the evil guys in mine. It's called the Imperium. Very similar. And they have essentially this robot machine from Mechanus that is like an oracle that predicts either problems with like people, not really like a police force, they're more of a mercenary thing. So they can predict this dragon assaulting this town, so they send adventurers to go kill the dragon.
That's really cool.
And it can get into morally gray areas about, Chult may go under some kind of civil revolution that they want to quell, so they send people there to kill people that are acting up.
Dang. So this oracle would have killed the guy that ate the bat that started COVID-19.
No, you were probably just killed the bat.
Oh, just killed the bat. There you go.
Yeah. Just
3 steps
sleeping underneath the tree and just,
of course. Yeah, and we like were trying to stop these Warforged, and like because they're like baby creature. They had something it was like how they reproduce. And they were like the trying to save it. Yeah. That thing. Yeah. And my character was just like, fuck these Warforged, let's just kill them and take this. And you were like, why did you kill him? And I was like, I didn't think this through. And but I thought about it with my character too, and we were it was like after that game where we like had this like discussion in character of like the ramifications of killing this Warforged. I like messaged Craig after and I was like, I hope everybody isn't mad at me. And he was like, no, that's normal. And I was like, oh, okay, good.
That is tame compared to what we call Brovia 2.
Brovia 2.
Yeah, very tame.
Yeah, it was fun. So getting into arguments with your fellow friends over make-up scenarios is the best way to spend your time.
Absolutely. We have very high drama scenarios.
Yeah, the key though is like after it, you gotta hang out for at least a half hour and eat some food afterwards.
So everybody's just chill.
Drain all the tension out.
Yep.
You're not mad at me.
No, I'm not mad at you.
Yeah. This is looking so awful. Look at this. How terrible this is.
All right.
It's fine.
But to be honest, sorry, camera, you guys can't really see it very well. I'm trying to hold it up as close as I can, but we'll get little pictures afterwards. But I've currently got the nacho cheese Warhammer there and the purple cape going on.
But I mean, to be honest, that's how we all like to think all of our items that we get in D&D match the set.
No.
They probably
definitely
look like Taco Bell Dwarf, where
Probably,
none of them
yeah.
match in any way.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you breathe that into existence?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to do that, but
Taco
I think
Bell Dwarf?
that's about.
Oath-
That? Yeah.
Oath of the Chalupa?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I'd swear that oath.
I
Or make
swear
it
the
happen.
Oath of the Chalupa.
You're damn straight I would.
Yeah.
All right, Craig, because we're painting some minis, you want to open up some of those questions that these guys got up on Twitter
Yeah, absolutely.
and throw them directly into our face for us to answer?
I can.
That'd be great.
Oh, this
Wesley65 at Wesley65.
Oh.
Arcane Lounge Podcast, do you prefer to play in homebrew worlds where you can make up most of the lore, or do you prefer to play in Forgotten Realms where some of the lore is more set in stone?
See, why did you have to pick Forgotten Realms? Because
If you like, I
they're
can
a-
just go any well-established thing.
Mhm. I agree. I think if I had to choose, I pick homebrew. I like making my own worlds because I don't have to follow all the rules and I can make up whatever I want, and that is typically a little bit more fun. But I do really like playing in Forgotten Realms games because I can also continue to make it up. But it's fun to be in a world that already has like set rules and be like, oh, there's like so many ideas I can draw from for my character. Because you ever like played in a homebrew game that you're like not familiar with, and then you're like, I have no idea what to make because you don't know the world at all. But it's so fun to be like, oh, it's Forgotten Realms. Thank God, I can just figure something out because I know what it is.
Mhm.
So I think both have their pros and cons, but I think I prefer homebrew definitely. What about you guys?
Yeah, I feel the same. I like homebrew. I really enjoy specifically a world because I don't know, I've built so much in it, but I can understand why people really like Forgotten Realms because they can, I mean, any game you can really just build whatever you want, but I do think it's a lot easier to just work with like your DM and be like, can I do this thing here? And you
Mhm.
can kind of build yourself instead of having to sort of stick with the rules of the Forgotten Realms or whatever system you're playing in.
Yep. What about you, Mia?
Yeah, I think, to be honest, I think homebrew all the way. But I also have this weird thing, like I don't know if there is an actual like Forgotten Realms. I think anyone who sits down to actually play, it winds up homebrew eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Because
That's kind of what you do, Craig, is you kind of do a what's up?
No.
You painted the mic?
A little bit on accident.
That's not your mic.
That's
Yeah,
true.
That's your
It's
mic
a
now.
happy accident. It's
Yeah,
fine.
good for you.
I'm not upset. I was more surprised.
Yeah, look at that. Hey.
You know what? Fucking
To be honest,
Whoops.
I thought that was actually much worse. I thought you were like, this mic's not plugged in. And I was like,
oh no.
game in
No,
me
it's
right now.
okay.
That's it.
What were we talking about? Homebrew settings. Oh, and Spencer painted her mic, so I did the same thing on accident. I didn't do mine on
I
accident.
guess the quote unquote on accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So this dwarf has blue boots. Look at his
Boots.
bright blue, baby blue boots.
A beautiful new
It doesn't look bad.
as well.
Yeah.
It's starting to come together, I think. Some wash, it'll be all fine.
Yeah.
Wash.
We don't get a pick wash though. These guys are just gonna be
yeah.
they're just gonna be basic.
Colin Tuhey
Ooh.
from the same handle. Have you ever become disillusioned with one of your characters? And if you did, what did you do?
What does disillusion
Like,
mean?
did you ever maybe spend time away from them and come back and go, I don't know if it's enough, I want to play this character anymore?
Oh, well, yeah,
Or
yeah.
as you played the character, they changed in some way and you no longer felt comfortable. And then what'd you do in that scenario?
Have you done that before, Spencer?
When we came back to Ari and Ira, I was like, this isn't what I want. And throughout a lot of Tomb of Annihilation, I was like, this isn't really the same character that I started with anymore, but if I continue to play it like that, I'm not going to have fun. So, and I made up reasons why Ari kind of just changed a whole lot, and I just ran with it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That does kind of suck, but I mean, like, what if you had to play Ari 100% to her character? What would have happened?
Ari probably would have died, to be honest. I don't think that like very early like Waterdeep Ari didn't really care about anything and wanted only things for herself and her brother. And
Okay.
I don't know. I think all of the changes that I made to her made sense from what she went through in the 3 games that I played her in. But yeah, probably would have died pretty early on just from being careless.
Interesting. Have you ever done that, Mia?
I had a character that was like an evil monk, Skothok, who was having.
Their name was Scott Bach?
Skothok.
Skothok.
Yeah.
I thought, well, I was like,
Scott Bach, though. The monk.
Skothok is really cool. Scott Bach was
Is
like, what
less
the
cool.
hell?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
One's
like,
a kobold, one's probably a drow.
Scott Bach.
Yeah, they're very different stories.
Skothok is an awesome name.
And yeah, she it wasn't that I got disillusioned with it. That campaign, we quickly reached the point where we realized, oh, this is not going to end well for anyone.
Was that
Oh,
Tal?
shit.
That was
Tal
Tal
one?
1. And it was like, I think she wound up losing her religion that
Whoa.
she was trying to like go back to
Yeah.
and turn super evil. And
We
Holy
had
crap.
a game which we did Taldori when the book first came out.
Oh, that's cool.
Matt's Taldori, and we chose to be Team Evil.
Yeah.
But
People flinched.
That's it. We have a notorious thing in our group called flinching,
Mhm.
where we'll all agree to want to be Team Evil or some kind of aspect similar to that, and then some of us will commit, and then some will flinch and not commit enough.
Oh, so like, is it? It's not like a voluntary thing they're doing. It's just kind of they're just kind of falling out of the theme.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Which wasn't like a bad thing, but
No, not that it's a bad thing.
No, absolutely.
But like it was this is what
it
we're
was
doing.
almost animalistic.
Yeah,
You just
Yeah.
flinch.
Yeah.
And then me and Aaron made these characters that were just, to be
Very,
honest,
very
very
dark.
evil, but in a way that most
Mhm.
evil campaigns should be done, where they don't, hinder the main plot, and they're evil to be productive and not
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
murder hobos or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And it just became very quickly realized where we had someone who was the leader, quote unquote,
Oh, yeah.
and then we had the real leader pulling all the strings.
Oh shit.
And it quickly turned into, because that person that was kind of the more influential leader underneath it all was able to succumb to everyone.
Sheesh.
And it was just like it was a really cool story inter-party wise, but we wound up in this scenario where everyone just wound up having goals that were just really between what we were doing and not so much what the world was doing.
Hmm.
So we had to kind of reboot and make new characters that were just a little different to play in our
Yeah.
DM's world that we were playing in.
When we were playing that, I remember going home and like in the car ride home with my brother, we'd be talking. I'm like, Craig is a cult leader. I don't know if you know this, but Craig's a cult leader. He goes, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But my brother
Dang.
was playing like a -2 wisdom character, I think.
Yeah.
So didn't he like, well, my character just doesn't know.
It was real
Holy
great.
crap.
It was real great.
Yeah. So like we players, we clocked it, but it was like, oh, we're at the whim of this.
Yeah, yeah. And we had a couple of people that were just, which is like not a problem, but
No.
everyone's like, oh, well, let's be Team Evil. But then we had like a person that was just a human personified cupcake.
Yeah.
So they're like, me, I'll kick you in the knee, kind of evil. And you're like, look, you don't have a mean bone in your body. I totally don't blame you for not being a cult leader.
So either I ran out of patience or I'm just happy with this final product, but my main's definitely done. And it looks
Oh.
like garbage.
That's good.
So I'm going to
That's
show it
good.
off the camera and then I'll show it to you guys.
Okay.
I'll make sure to take a picture of it for you.
We should have done like a timed thing because I'm like, you're not done yet. You don't
I'm
have
going
a
to
top on.
refocus it here.
Yeah.
There is this like
What's it-
Taco Bell colored world.
What's his name?
What's his name? Yeah.
His name is. Hang on, I'll think of the name after. I show you.
Doritos Locos.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
That's just first and
Checks
last.
out.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Oh,
Oh.
you look like almost like a genie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cute.
Oh, okay. So
He is the genie.
Yeah.
His name is Will of Clan Smith.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I
That,
never had a friend like
that's him. So yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Did you guys watch the Aladdin remake?
We did.
No.
Was it last night or the night
Last
before?
night.
Oh.
Last
really?
night.
Like really recently?
Yeah, last night
Holy
and the night
crap.
before. It was actually not terrible.
I've heard that it's not terrible.
It was weird. It was very jarring.
Yeah.
Like there's the end credit scene has
Oh.
Will Smith rapping like most of his movies are,
Mhm.
and it was actually really good. And I feel like if they just committed to Will Smith being the genie, which I totally get, they had a huge like thing to try and live up
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
But so some of it was really, really strange. It was also really hard to imagine Aladdin
Just spilled so much paint.
as a kid because the guy had like a 5 o'clock shadow,
Oh, okay.
and which did not necessarily mean the show was trying to make him a kid, but it was definitely flippant about whether or not he was a kid or not a kid.
Or he was just an adult man.
Yeah. Because
All right.
like he has just a couple lines in some songs that are just a little strange coming from
Yeah.
a grown adult, and then they commit to him being an adult, and then they go back to him kind of being like a childish kid.
Treat that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, I hadn't seen it, so I haven't really watched any of the Disney remakes because I don't care. But yeah.
We watched Mulan too. That was actually pretty good.
Not the same
That's
thing.
cool.
Both of the movies, probably you should think about them as not being remakes of the originals,
Yeah.
but being their own standalone thing, and they both are probably enjoyable.
Cool. That's pretty cool. Got any other questions in there, Craig?
I do. I have
Wow.
so many.
Oh my goodness.
How about? Oh, I just saw a really good one and I moved past it. Oh, Timeless at Timeless Senses asks, how would you run an urban fantasy game?
Like Waterdeep Dragonized.
Mhm.
An urban fantasy game.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. So there's the difficult.
I guess
part-
let's start here. What makes an urban setting?
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
For me, at least for me, it's the it has to be about the city, and the city as like the people who live in it, the people who operate it, and everything else in between. And if you get to learn any of those things throughout the adventure of your urban setting, then it works. It's not much different than running an adventure in a forest or on a mountain or something like that. If it's entirely in a city, you just transform those forests into street alleys, or you turn the travel montages into street, walking along the street. I think there's so much more opportunity in urban adventures because it's just so jam-packed with stuff. There's a lot to do there, but I think one of the best urban adventures, though, like one of the best adventures that I just like for D&D is Waterdeep Dragon Heist. So also having like random encounters that are like really fun. You can get really wacky with cities because there's just weird shit going on all the time. So and if you're running out on blanks on like if you're like, I don't know what to do with this urban, just think about it realistically in like our world and like what would be there, and then have a fantasy version of that, because that's basically just what cities are. So yeah.
Yeah, I have a hot take about this one. I wouldn't run, and not that you can't, because anything's possible with D&D 5e, but to be honest, if I was going to do urban fantasy, which I did prep a one shot for one.
Yeah.
I used Urban Shadows, which kind of uses the apocalypse system. And what I really liked about it is it almost made the city like a whole character with it.
Oh, that's cool.
And it put like a whole different emphasis on like player interaction with it, and owing debt to the city, and a bunch of other
That's
stuff
cool.
that kind of made you think about genre as well as like actually been playing the game too. So
That's cool. Spunky, what do you think about urban adventures?
I don't really have anything to say about this one.
Do you
Yeah.
prefer them over like out in the wild? Like, do you have like a favorite type of like what is that? It's not really a genre, because fantasy is a genre. Is it a subgenre?
no,
Is it just its own, just like a melding of the two?
I think it's like a
I wouldn't really say I like prefer to be in a city when we're in D&D, when we're playing. Like in Tyler's game in Avnia, going back to like the main city is like something that we do not super often, and so it's like we make like an episode out of it, and we all kind of do what we need to do in the city, and then we go back out, and that's as much as I really prefer about like being in a
Interesting.
town.
Okay. It's pretty cool.
That makes sense. Artemis knows too much at knowing
of
Artemis.
course.
Very
Yeah.
good question, actually. What subclass have you disliked from a class that you normally really like?
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Well, I know you really like shoot, what is it? Conquest Paladins. So
Me?
yeah.
When did I say that?
That I'm doing the thing like I don't think you like Conquest Paladins.
I don't think I've ever really looked at a Conquest Paladin.
Oh really?
Yeah. I do this thing in D&D where if I play something, I don't really ever look at what I will get until I get it. So I don't really know.
Well, what about just like general concepts? Like the idea of a paladin just being like, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, I think it's not. It's just not for me. I guess.
Is Paladin your favorite class?
I'd say so. Yeah.
It's a strong class.
Like Paladin, Wizard, and Rogue. Those are like my top 3.
I'm liking Rogue more and more because of subclasses, and I think that would be my answer. Is like the subclass I don't like is like thief, thief, and assassin, and
You don't like Thief?
It's cool. I can appreciate it. I don't like playing it. I definitely appreciate it. It's not that I don't wish it wasn't there. Like, is that like the basic ones? I really like Arcane Trickster though, or like Soul Knife or Phantom. I think those are really, really cool. But I think that Lore Bards should get more stuff. That's it.
I actually don't like Arcane Trickster.
Why?
Yeah, because if I want to spellcast, I want to spellcast.
Oh, okay.
And if
do you not like any of the other half casters?
No, I like. Well, I mean, Paladins are quarter caster.
Well, what about like Eldritch Knight?
Yeah, I don't play that either. But that's also because I actually just want to play melee classes all the time, which is my fault.
But Arcane Tricksters get telekinesis, basically. They can cast Mage Hand invisibly.
Yeah, that seems cool until I want to hit hard.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Do that big damage.
Do you like being more like combat oriented in D&D?
Yeah, which surprised me, to be honest.
Really? I'm the same way. I it's not that I like being strong in combat. I just love combat. Combat's so fun. Oh my gosh. I feel like everybody else is kind of like, oh yeah, combat's cool, but like role playing, that's the best part. And I'm like, put me in initiative and let me commit death to a goblin by doing 1,000,000 damage. It's so fun.
The first real character I played was a cleric, and I was like, that's fine. That'll be fun. I get to heal people and do all this other stuff. And then I immediately get into combat. I'm like, I just want to wreck face. What do you mean I have to heal people?
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. You better not die because I'm not picking you up. And that's just, it's been that way from now on. So much fun. Yeah.
Yeah. I've played in games where combat isn't like a huge focus. And I always end up feeling like not bored, but I'm like, well, I was missing something. And it's not that it's bad, but like there are certain games where like there isn't like a combat session. Not that I get disappointed, but I'm like, I want to know what it is about my brain that sits down and goes, I need to have a tactile strategy chess bit of this role-playing game in order for me to properly have a lot of fun. Like what in my monkey brain needs that?
And I hear that for sure.
There's nothing else that satisfies that except for maybe video games. And it's like, what is this part of my brain that is now adapted where I need to feel like I've murdered something? Maybe video games do make people violent.
It's only like imaginary violence.
Yeah. I just want to pretend to kill people.
Yeah.
Where you guys at with your minis, huh? Oh, you're looking pretty good.
Almost done,
Yeah, looking pretty nice.
Angela's like Reptar.
Holy crap. Yeah, yours.
Maybe I don't know what Reptar looks like anymore.
From a distance to me.
Reptar's green, isn't he?
That's what I thought so too. Maybe there's something about him that makes me think of Reptar for some reason.
From a distance, it looks like a mind flayer because of the colors.
Oh, yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
Trying to get one more coat on him.
Oh, his tongue's green. His tongue's purple.
What are you talking about?
Reptar.
What's Reptar?
From Rugrats.
Jacob didn't have a childhood.
Oh, really?
Oh, I've never seen Rugrats.
He's never seen Matilda, and it makes me so
I
sad.
still don't even believe it's real.
Very real.
Not only have I never seen anything from it, I've never heard of it before, and I've only heard it on this podcast. You guys could just dead ass be making up Matilda, and I would be.
We talked about it yesterday too.
You.
Oh my goodness!
Why were we talking about it? You brought up Danny DeVito's Limoncello, and I was like, he's in that movie.
Danny, what? Oh yeah, we were at my parents' house yesterday, and we were talking about limoncello LaCroix, and I was saying it's a very good flavor.
Yeah, and your dad was like, I had limoncello in
Italy, and I was like, have you had Danny DeVito's limoncello? And he's like, why does he have a limoncello? And I was like, because he's Italian.
Jacob's dad doesn't sound like that. I'm just being.
He kind of does.
So I was trying to figure out.
All right, I'm looking up Matilda. I'm doing it.
Okay, so I would say Matilda is kind of like our generation's, and I know it's not super far apart, but our generation's Beetlejuice. It has that same kind of vibe to it. It's just...
Is that Macaulay Culkin?
No.
No.
That's
But-
the kid from Home Alone.
No, it is not.
No.
That certainly is the kid from Home
It's
Alone.
not.
No.
I have never seen this in my life.
It's very good.
Yeah, we uploaded every photo of Matilda.
What is this about?
We're watching that movie tonight.
There you
I
go.
don't want to know it's old. Every time you make me watch an old movie, I get scared and sad, and I don't like
That's
it.
all right. It's all right. We're gonna watch it.
Is that your fear, old movies?
I don't like old. Okay, there's one old thing I like. There's old people, and
that's
That's all they
one.
consider
I
of
like
you.
some old people. They're pretty cool,
Yeah.
and I like old music. Old like
Fallout stuff.
juicy I said juicy jazz and blues juice.
Ooh, you can't say that.
No,
Absolutely can't.
I really like juicy music. It's really great. No, like jazzy kind of bluesy sort of old swing music. I fucking love it, and it's 100% because of Fallout.
Yeah.
It's Fallout's how I like it, but I like it more than just because of Fallout, and so I like old music, and that's it. Old designs, old like wallpapers of what they were into
we're
when
the
it was the
exact-
old times.
We're the
Unless it's
exact
like
opposite.
unless
old
it's like
times?
fucking Star Wars or it's something that came
No.
out then and it's like otherworldly and has nothing to do with the fact that it was the 70s. I don't know why it doesn't disgust me. I get scared of it. It's so weird. Like WandaVision was cool, but it was a great horror TV show because I'm just like, what's fucking happening? This is a fever dream. This is awful. So anytime we watch some like old 80s movie I've never seen before that isn't a little bit sort of happy or joyous, I'm just scared the whole time.
I'm pretty sure Matilda's like the 90s.
It is the 90s.
It is the 90s?
96.
Yeah,
Well,
you're
it's
safe.
still old.
You just called yourself
That's saying
old,
more about
friend.
us than I think about anything else in
Yeah,
that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. The 90s was 30 years ago, guys.
Yeah.
You have to say it.
Wow,
I know.
y'all are old.
Say it out loud.
Who? What?
What?
Old?
Yeah. Who,
I only
me?
was in the
No.
90s for
Me?
3 years.
Oh yeah, I was definitely not raised in the 90s. It's very
No.
clear. I was
pushed out.
considered a person.
I was
Yeah.
born and
Yeah, I was
molded
kinda-
by the 90s.
Yeah.
You know what's weird is people
The
are always
early-
like, oh, you're Gen Z. You don't know do you know what this is? And they show me a VHS. And I'm like, I had VHSs when I was a kid. I wasn't born in 2010.
No, yeah.
What the fuck? They're like, oh yeah? Do you know what this is? And I'm like, we also had dial-up. I had all this shit when we were kids. I'm just weird because we had VHS and then a couple years later we had a Wii. And it was
Yeah.
really strange because technology went like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not a couple of years later. But like when I was young, I remember having VHSs. And then when I turned 12 or 13, we had a Wii. And it was like motion controls, but we just had VHSs.
I grew up like with the original Nintendo.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. My parents were gamers, so
Mia is older than me,
I am.
in case you guys didn't know.
I'm actually practically dead.
You're
Yeah.
4,000
Foot in
years
the
old.
grave.
That's incredible.
Yeah, yeah.
What was it
Welcome.
like being in Mesopotamia before all that shit happened?
Hot. It was very hot.
That's pretty cool.
A lot like now.
Yeah. If you know what it's like stepping outside right now, it's
That's
similar.
all right. Well, that's good. At least we know that global warming is fake. So
Absolutely.
that was a joke. That was a joke, everybody. I'm not saying global warming is fake.
Yeah, my dad's a science teacher. If I believe global warming is fake, I'd be disowned. So, no, it's fine.
Yeah. Oh, it's very nice. Jeez, why you guys are so fucking good at this? God damn, you picked some good colors for. I'm gonna use this one. This one's cool. Very
You
neat.
can use it. Yeah, you can have.
Goodness.
Yeah.
No.
Craig can have that one back.
This can be. If I die, if we start a new campaign, this is my character.
This is it. The Taco Bell dwarf.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
He's the Goodnight Moon season. Yeah, he'll be the main character.
That's some dark threat right there.
I'm really interested to see what Aaron's response is to this.
Oh, no.
Is it Myron? Marin? The person
Myron?
from the Discord? Is it
Marion.
Marion? It probably is Marion.
Marion, tell us
Yeah.
how to say your name.
Marion
I'm just kidding, sorry.
at Multi Super M asks, "What is your favorite and least favorite magic items?"
Favorite?
Yeah.
I have one. it just lets you be super creative, and it's really weird, and it's
Pocket of stuff. The
what?
What's that?
The Cloak of Many Stuff things. Cloak of Many Stuff. I like that one. I also like Alchemy Jugs, and I like Bags of Holding. I also really like the Boots of the Winding Path that artificers get. If you move on your turn, you can go back 15 feet from where you previously were.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just pretty cool. So I just think it's like you can get really creative with that one. My least favorite is probably Sovereign Glue, but Critical Role made me like it a little more. I still think if it's not that, it's the apparatus of Qualish. Because when are you ever going to be like, all right, do you know what my D&D game needs? A crab tank. That's in a game now.
We had one of those in Ember
SKT,
Warriors.
Storm King's Thunder has it.
Really?
You definitely need it in that.
Oh my god.
I mean, you don't need
A
it.
submarine crab tank?
Yeah.
The Ember Warriors
All
had
right.
one.
It's totally in there.
Did you really?
Yeah. We found it. And then they would store it in Lander's portable hole.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That
We're
game
thinking
was
about
broken.
making a magic item for the Questonomicon called Prison Pocket.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Its working
no.
title is currently a prison pocket.
Oh no.
And it's because you get it in an adventure. You guys are getting to learn a little bit about Questonomicon right now. Which, by the way, in case you don't know, we're doing a Kickstarter book in August called the Questonomicon. There's a link.
Somewhere.
Remind me to put a link of this in the description.
We'll do.
And there's a link you can go
promise.
sign up for a newsletter and stuff and get emails for updates on it.
I'll also post it in the Discord when this goes up.
Yeah. But we're writing one of the quests, which is it's this, I don't want to give away too much of it. It's a train heist, and at one point the players go to prison, and we want to give a magic item to them beforehand that allows them to keep an item with them when they go to prison. But we're like, we'll do, when we were thinking about it, like, it could be like an extra dimensional space that's like real small so you can keep one item.
Yeah.
And Colton was like, cool, prison pocket. And I was like, oh my God.
No.
So currently in our document, it's like prison pocket, but we're like, we need to rename it.
You have to do that now, because if not, it's going to stick too long and it will never be changed.
Yeah.
People watching this podcast to get the book in a year and are going to be like, where's the fucking prison pocket?
I know it's here somewhere.
Yeah. They just remove it in editing.
Yeah,
They're like, no.
they should. I think that they will. Did you say your least favorite? The Sovereign Glue?
Probably Sovereign Glue. I really like the Deck of Many Things too.
Oh,
And
no.
also say I really don't like anything that increases your AC.
Oh, yeah. You
As a
learned-
dungeon master,
you learned
personally,
from that one.
I have been hurt by it in the past, with Olivia having a 22 fucking armor class for the whole game, and that being a bane of my existence.
I really like the glasses that you made for Lander.
Mm.
That was like a homebrew magic item. And it did a
The
bunch of crap.
level upable magic
Yeah, the
items,
level
where if you
upable.
do little things, you unlock things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say I hate the Deck of Many Things. I think it breaks games.
It totally
absolutely
does, but
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah,
fun.
No.
Not,
The
and not
best-
in the way that an apparatus of Qualish does. An apparatus of Qualish just goes like, what the fuck are we going to do with
Yeah.
this? But the Deck of Many Things is like, oh, I'm dead.
In Inconsistencies, the first game we ever played, my character found the Deck of Many Things. And I was like, nope, I'm going to hoard this and I'm going to keep it forever, because that was like her thing. She hoarded gold and items and stuff. And I was like, I have no use for this except for to hold it. And Logan convinced my character to let him draw from it. And he drew like 2 cards and you have to declare. And I think the first one gave him something and the second one instantly killed him. And he went to like another dimension and he was trapped forever. And we had to come up with a way to find his character. And then the second he came back, he was like, I want to draw more cards.
Yeah.
Have you guys had that happen?
I don't know if we ever gave out the Deck of Many
We
Things
did.
before. Where?
That not Noel character, that Kara played it, swapped it out for her Tabaxi child.
Oh,
What?
the old Gutterkin thing. Is that what we're talking about? I don't have no idea then. I have no idea.
So I'm sorry. The why am I blanking on that guy's his name? He was our child for like
Quill?
Quill.
Okay.
His mom had it.
Oh, Marvel did?
Yeah, Marvel had it for like
fucking
years.
Well, she wasn't even fucking.
She died off screen.
Whatever. Yeah,
But-
she wasn't even a thing.
Died off
So
screen?
She
maybe
did.
technically,
Okay,
but
by
even
the
then.
character though.
All right.
Oh no! Yeah.
Yeah.
She wanted to play a different character and had like a lineage thing.
Okay.
This is the sole embodiment of a cupcake person.
Ah.
So she found love, and then she's like, "I want to settle down and have a kid, and my kid's gonna be my adventurer."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay, it sounds sweet." And she's like, "They both die horrifically by Bodax," and I'm like, "What's wrong with you? Who hurt you? Stop!"
Oh my
Right,
God.
No.
Yeah, that could be why we thought she could do Team Evil
Yeah.
and not flinch.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because she's like she
'Cause
killed,
she
she
killed
killed both her
characters?
characters by Bodax. Like
Yeah.
who does that?
So yeah, least favorite magic item?
A least favorite, so has to be the wings of flying, because
Is there wings of flying?
Is it the turn the boots?
The boots?
I think-
No, there's
no,
wings.
there's
No, there's
wings
wings.
of
It's a
flying.
cape. It's a cape of Batman. I don't know.
You're right, yeah.
Literally, it's like a cape that gives you bat wings.
There's
There are wings
something
that you can have.
and you fly. It's like 100. You roll 100 on one of the treasure item tables, and I did that as a DM, and I gave it to my fighter
Mhm.
right before the
Yeah.
big fight, and it
And then they
killed
could
my
fly.
dragon. Yeah, which I should have known better, but I
Killed
was
my
like,
dragon.
I did, my poor
I
dragon.
don't like it because it killed me. I
My-
gave it
my
up.
dragon
Also, because of that,
died.
I don't like shield because I had a player always cast shield as I
Yeah.
was casting magic
you like that?
missiles, and
Yeah.
it's
Whenever a
fucking
character
damage.
has shield, you just have to assume that's their AC, and
Yeah.
sometimes it gets lower.
No, it's all because of magic missiles.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. It's
Yeah.
just real sad. Is what it
Yeah.
is.
You like counterspell?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
You're okay with counterspell. You're not okay with shield.
Yeah, because the wizard in that party never used counterspell.
Counterspell
Yeah.
takes away your whole turn.
You know what's worse is Autoluke's that dance.
Oh,
irresistible
yeah.
dance. Oh, also my dragon.
Yeah.
Also-
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Yeah, no, there's
They
no scenes out
threatened
of
me
it.
with doing that in Sundered as Zariel, these fuckers. They were like, we're going to make her dance. And I was like, you're going to make... We've been playing this game for almost 2 years. You're going to make the BBEG do
Yep.
Fortnite dances at the final battle? You just
Yeah.
fucking walk up and Zariel's like, I'm going to destroy all of you and everything that you love. And you go, bump, and she's just like...
That's exactly it.
I also thought it'd be really funny to like cast it on like the grumpy person of the party, but
Oh, yeah,
we
yeah.
were getting married. It was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that, I mean, that's definitely my like, least favorite. And then like I'm a sucker for anything that has like a personal connection to my character.
Yeah.
So it could be like just a +1 sword, but if you told me that it came from like dead mother, I'd be like,
Yeah.
yes, I'm gonna hold on to this forever.
Yes.
And so I wound up like with these pistols in one of the campaigns that my character couldn't even use when he got
Mm.
them. But he held on to them because he's like, these are from my arch enemy, and I've got to hold on to them now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Man, that's fun. I like making magic items that are personal to the players, but then I like giving them like little abilities that they can like unlock if they do things.
Yeah.
So I did that with Evenfall, and I originally was just going to do it with Grace, whose character Phelan has these 2 swords that are his dad's, and they're kind of sentient, but they're not like magical. They're just his sentient swords. I was going to give him like abilities that he could like unlock as they went up in level. So, and then I just went, everybody has one now. You all can get cool things as you level up, but
Yeah.
it's a way that they can get experience and gain abilities without getting XP or getting milestones. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool.
And the last thing on each of the lists is basically impossible, but my God, the things that you will let my character do if she succeeds in them.
What?
I'm not going to say what they are.
Oh,
but-
yeah. For Lamarcia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Insane. Insane. I'm so excited.
She says that, and then there's like one in there. She's like, this one.
No.
Does this one make
Specifically-
sense? Because this one's stupid. I'm like, I
Okay.
gave you
Okay.
unlimited power.
No, you didn't. The first one on that list was dumb, and you know it. Oh.
Wow. Why don't you whip it out? And why don't we
We'll talk about it later. We will.
Why don't you no, get it out right now? We'll talk about it.
It's in there.
Yeah, go get it.
No.
Go get it. We'll talk about it.
Then we're going to have to cut this whole bit out of the podcast. I'm not doing that.
What was the other thing?
The last thing?
You were saying something else?
I don't remember.
Oh. Now
question?
it's weird. I tried to move on from that and we just didn't. And so now I just look like I was just trying to move on from that to escape from the hole I dug myself
Yep.
into.
Yeah.
Instead, I dug a deeper
You're making
hole.
it worse with
Yeah.
this.
No, eventually, if I dig deep enough, I'll end up on the other side of the earth.
Let me reset by resetting our cameras.
Man, that California heat, am I right?
Have you ever had a dream?
Yep. I had a weird dream last night, actually. Do you want to hear about it?
I had a weird dream too. I tweeted about it, but yeah, go ahead.
So you know our good friend Marshall?
Yes.
I had a dream that he was getting married to the girl that he's currently dating.
Mm-hmm.
And then he wanted to sell his house to us.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, no, it's just not what we're really looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was getting upset because he wanted to use the money from selling his house to us to pay for the wedding because his fiance wanted a very huge wedding and it was like a destination wedding. And we were like, hey
this
man,
is a little too real.
Yeah, we're like, hey man, we eventually do want to buy a home, but your house is just a little small.
Did this just actually happen? Like,
I don't know, Marshall. If you're watching this, are you engaged? If he is, I'm done. I'm gonna start selling my psychicness to people. Yeah, like my
That'd
dreams.
be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I had a dream that I uploaded raw, unedited footage to YouTube of my videos, and it just everybody thought it was so dumb that I did that they unsubscribed from my channel. I lost my whole.
I just want to say that if you were to upload,
and it wasn't because I uploaded them and they were like, "What is this?" Unsubscribe. Everybody specifically, and I knew this for some reason. Everybody specifically unsubscribed because I made the mistake of doing that. They're like, Jacob is so stupid. Unsubscribe.
But like you're
all in unison.
when we film, just the amount of dumb shit that we do.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Like when we did the D&D, but you're 12 years old. There was the Sasuke line in that. We kept laughing when you
had
were
to do
doing
like
it.
5 takes because I kept being like, Big Chungus walks this way. No, Sasuke, I can't do that yet. And we kept dying laughing.
Or like the cats will do something and like there's just so much extra content you would get out of an unedited video.
I should just upload. I've deleted all of them.
Oh.
I should sometime upload just the raw, unedited version of this. I'm doing that to your phone.
Are we playing footsie?
Yeah. To YouTube and just see what people are like. Wow. You must be a god at editing because this is awful.
It's terrible.
Everything looks better in post.
Yeah.
Okay, this will be our last one. Zav, creator of D&D Waifus.
Oh, always with the good questions.
Good question. Do you think D&D needs a whole new class, or should it just add to the already existing ones?
I wouldn't be mad at a new class.
You see, I say no, but then Artificer and Bloodhunter are so cool, and I'm like, I don't know. I think there is already a lot with what's there. I think Artificer does fill a gap, but you could make an argument that Artificer could just be a wizard. But I think it being its own unique class is pretty cool. I just have not seen a lot of good other classes that I'm like, yeah, I want that in my game. It's just kind of like, it's all right. Bloodhunter, I was like that at first, and then I was like, no, it kind of grew on me a little bit. But I mean, Bloodhunter could really be a ranger subclass, and Artificer could be a wizard subclass. So,
Bloodhunter.
I don't know.
So cool.
Yeah.
Weird.
I don't know if we need a new class, but I think prestige classes would be cool. We bring those back in some capacity.
I love prestige classes. They're so cool.
But I just like shiny things. So
Yeah.
give me shiny new things, I'm gonna play them.
Yes, exactly. Give me new shit. I'll be happy with it. Yeah. Is there like a subclass that you think could have just been a class?
Currently, no.
Really?
Not that I can think of.
No, but I kind of I wish that Hexblood would have been more than a lineage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Is that that's the hag one? Yeah.
Exactly.
Man, that would have been so cool. I've seen people make like a witch class.
Yeah.
But we did that with druid. We made a druid subclass called a
The cult?
Circle of the Occult, and you're like a witch basically. And you have like Loa spirits and stuff. So, and then everybody said it was overpowered, and I was like, okay, fuck, and I had to go depower it. But
I guess.
Sorry, Jesus.
Calm down.
Yeah. We have so much shit on our Patreon. People are always like, hey, do you have like a homebrew that I could use? I'm like, yes, but I am Jacob Buds, meaning it's behind a paywall. So no, that's not true. But what? Self-roast? Yeah, I'm so desperately in need of money. What's up?
Isn't there some free stuff up there?
Yeah, the Bard pack, there's I know the Bard one up there is free. We have a couple of free ones up there, so if you want to go check it out, and also if you, it's like if you really want to, and we're aware of this, you can pay $10 once and then download all of it and be like goodbye.
Never again.
So you kind of get the library with it, which is pretty cool. But we've made a bunch of weird fucking subclasses and all that kind of stuff. Like we made a winter survivalist, or just a survivalist ranger, where they can brave like extreme temperatures easier, but they also when they long rest, they're aware of what's around them, so they don't really like sleep. They sleep with their eyes open. So they're never like asleep, which
Should've
is
played that
fun.
in Icewind Dale.
We made it when Icewind Dale came out.
Yeah. I remember. Just
so-
saying, since we're playing Icewind Dale,
Mhm.
should
Yeah.
have gone for that.
All
one.
right. Do you guys want to give a hint to what you're playing in Icewind Dale? Even though your character art probably
Is up
already
already,
came
yeah.
out, but
Yeah.
give a little
I
hint.
think my art and Colton's art will be up by this time.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe yours, if this goes up on Thursday.
Mhm. Yes.
Well, who knows
Yeah.
when it's gonna go up?
I don't know. What can I say? I
one
already
word.
kind of edgy.
Edgy. I think we got that with the art.
Um,
How about
sad?
sad? How about suck with
Oh,
two C's?
wait, no,
I was like, fuckable.
I want everyone to go to my character's art and just thank Sari in the Discord for giving him the little boot string ties. They have like the little fuzzy balls on the end, and I think that's adorable.
Shit.
Yeah.
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 One word.
One word.
Gamers.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Oh.
Incel.
I'll probably still go with kind.
Mm.
Kind. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would
That's what
also
got
say-
for you.
I'd also say beeg with two
Beeg,
E's.
yeah, beeg.
Beeg.
Or, you know, thick.
Theek.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Your mini in comparison to everyone else's is so fun.
What's one word for your character, Craig?
Oh.
When I went into the group
like you know,
chat-
like ready
yeah,
Ready?
Oh.
to like go.
Yeah.
yeah, or or crust.
Oh.
When I went to the chat and I asked for everybody all the characters' pronouns, Craig just put question marks,
Yeah.
question marks / question marks, and I was like, all right.
Yeah, that'll never happen.
Yeah.
Ever. That won't ever be important at all. I'm
Oh,
continually
man.
taking away my ability to romance my friends in my games.
Oh.
Just taking them away.
Your other character for our other game.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah, same thing. Same thing.
You
Out of the
know-
4 characters I have,
don't know
I
that.
really enjoyed the dating Sims, but only one got to date. The other 3 don't ever get to.
That's like your primary thing is dating sims too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I wish. If only.
Oh my god, I want to talk
I mean, I'm
about
gross.
your other character.
No, in our other game.
Maybe.
I have a
Have you
reason.
seen his other character? Not Icewind Dale, but our other campaign.
No, I
That's coming
haven't
out.
seen the art for
Mhm.
it, but I've heard about it.
I'll
Yeah.
have to show you. It's
Yeah.
real
I mean,
funny.
it's coming out today. The video is going not today, Wednesday.
you're
when
worthy
this
of
goes out.
love.
The video will be up.
Huh?
So
You're worthy of love.
Oh, well, I just don't know if I just don't know if they're willing to give it.
Oh.
No.
They're
Maybe.
incredibly in debt. They don't,
Oh.
that costs money.
Yeah, my guy's not interested in debt. He's only interested in money.
Yeah, to have to love means I have to buy something, and I don't have that kind of expenditures.
mhm.
I think we've given them plenty of hints.
Oh, yeah,
for
yeah,
what the other
absolutely.
game is.
Yeah. Though wait, not Icewind Dale?
Not
The other
Icewind
game?
Dale. The other one.
Yeah.
Hold
I
up,
think we have
hold
as
up. What other game?
Gotcha.
Double cross.
The only thing I want to say about Craig's character is protect and serve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Oh.
no,
Yeah.
And be
He's
in
not playing a
debt.
cop.
no. I wish. Yeah,
But that's the only little thing. What time are we at right now?
this would be 45. No, this would
Oh.
be 55 actually.
55. Oh
Yeah.
my god. You got any other question? We got the genre jar over there?
Yeah, let's keep that.
Be very careful when you lift it. It's quite heavy.
Yeah. We filled it
Here,
back up.
here.
It's insanely
You're
heavy. Wait,
you're
Craig?
new, so you don't have insurance yet. So give me that. And
Um,
no, Team left. Like,
Team left.
give me this.
Yeah.
You both your hands
Yeah.
and only your
Please
back.
use both your hands. Both
Only your spine.
Yeah.
No, that's not how you're not supposed to do it.
Don't spill it. Don't. Yep. Yeah. All right.
You're so
I
strong.
know. Well, yeah, I play a big character.
That's right.
Thick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's see. What's this
This
one?
guy's eyes are horrifying.
You know,
he looks like a dead fish.
That-
The eyes are glazed over.
He's a
I'm
kobold.
kind of afraid.
It's a kobold. You tell me it doesn't look like a kobold?
He's diseased.
Yes, a kobold.
His name's like Stinky. Stinky the undesirable.
What was it? Scott Bag? Scott
The
Bag.
what?
Scott Bag. The monk.
See you later.
Yeah.
His name is like what were we talking about? Flimsy Pocket or whatever the fuck his name was. Just something foul.
Oh no, that poor thing. I know.
Craig, that was my nickname in high school.
What? Stinky?
Undesirable.
You know,
Look, some people
Lennon
I
says
laugh about Stinky the Undesirable.
I have two wonderful friends and family members
I
being
thought this said
Landon.
food.
Yeah.
Landon always says like that's what my name was in high school.
Yeah.
And my friend Dylan came over and he just dead ass looked at me and goes, "You have a lot of nicknames." Landon's like, "Yeah, Dylan, I do."
I thought this said like foot. Your
It
favorite
did.
feet.
Your favorite feet? Oh,
Foods. Top 5 favorite foods,
Foods?
guys.
chips.
What the fuck?
My favorite
Chips?
food is chips.
Fried
Takis.
chicken.
She calls Takis chips.
They are.
No,
Then what
they're
are they?
Takis.
In a bag.
They're
They
come
are
on.
tortilla
Just because it comes from
chips.
the back doesn't mean it's
They-
a chip.
The bag says that they are tortilla
Oh yeah,
chips.
now you're gonna tell me Ruffles are chips.
They are.
Are Doritos also chips?
Yes.
They're Doritos.
They're chips.
They're Doritos.
There's a classification.
Okay, but Takis aren't chip shaped. I'll take Doritos
They
and
are
Ruffles,
rolled.
but Takis are rolled. That is not a chip.
Then what is it?
It's a new specimen.
What is
Are
it?
you saying
If I
Specimen?
if I gave you a hot dog, but it was flat, and I was like, it's a hot dog, you'd be like, no, it fucking isn't.
Then
And
what
I'd be
is
like,
it?
yeah, well, it's classified as hot dogs.
If you ate it, it would still taste like a hot dog. It would still be a hot dog.
But it's different. It would taste like a hot dog. That doesn't mean okay. So if you
Wait,
if
hang on now.
if I
It's
give
falling
you-
apart.
If I give you a pickle and then I give you relish and they taste the same, you can't be like, oh yes, I would like some pickles, and then I gave you relish. If I go, I want some chips, and somebody gives me Takis, I'll be like, these are fucking Takis.
But they're still a chip.
But no, they're
You
not.
have to specify
They're a
what type
snack
of chip you
food.
want.
They're
Because
ungenred
are
snack
like
food.
there are 1,000 types of chips.
No.
Yes.
Would you say bugles are chips?
They are.
No, bugles are also snacks, and bugles are also disgusting.
Bugles are delicious.
They're just a
They're
snack food.
chips.
No, they're not. Okay. Takis, I'm willing to be like, I'll let it slide. I'll let Takis slide. Not fucking bugles. Bugles are not only abominations to the planet,
They're
but
delicious.
They're so
they
good.
are
You put
awful.
them on your
Yes.
fingers.
Oh my god,
Oh.
that's the only thing you can do with them.
To be honest, this is kind of that genius in reverse thing. I actually kind of agree.
With
What?
me?
No, Jacob.
Why?
Okay,
to be honest, it
if I
kind of makes
looked at
sense.
you, Craig, and I was like, "Hey, Craig, you want some chips?" And you
Yeah.
went, "Yes." What are you picturing in your mind?
Pie tortilla chips.
Tortilla chips, maybe potato chips.
Maybe.
Either one of those. They're pretty similar.
But to be honest,
I mean,
yeah,
they're a little
I kind of
different.
get that. I don't
Maybe
think I call
Doritos-
something a
Maybe
chip.
Doritos are really Cheetos. I don't know. They're almost there.
They're chips too.
No, Cheetos aren't chips.
Fritos are also chips.
Fritos, I'll take.
I don't
I'll take
think
Frito.
so. I think a chip has to be kind of like
It has to be chip shaped.
triangle.
Yeah.
I
If
don't
I
think
get
it's-
and then if you were like, I want some chips, and I gave you fucking Takis, you'd be like, these okay, I guess these are technically chips.
Okay.
Technically chips.
Oh my god, am I right?
Apparently
Oh no.
you are correct.
Oh!
They are
Suck it.
considered a cone-shaped corn
That's
snack.
what I fucking thought. They're not chips.
It does even say snack. It even said
It
snack.
does say snack.
I'm telling you, this is why I checked.
But-
This is why I checked because
But
I think you're right.
They were made in '64, so they definitely know
What?
what they're talking about. Yeah.
Talkies?
No.
Oh, I was like, are you kidding me? Because that line about old people having like soda or Talkies, and they're like, why is it spicy? Or it kills them?
Bugles.
Oh,
So-
that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what those means? Well, it's like Prince Philip or whatever when he passed. They're like, Prince
Yeah,
Philip
give
to
him-
Talkies.
It's the like choking hissing sound on.
I couldn't imagine someone from the 60s eating Talkies.
No.
I'm gonna be upset though if Cheetos aren't chips because they come in the chip variety packs.
That doesn't mean they're chips.
But if I have to be subjugated to them because they're in the box, they
You don't have
better
to
be.
eat them.
It's very interesting.
Are
though.
goldfish chips?
No.
What the fuck?
But then
I don't know.
where are we disagreeing here? Because a goldfish is not a goddamn chip, but a fucking Cheeto is?
It is.
Those are very
What
similar.
about a Cheeto is a chip?
I'm sorry.
No, say it. Say it.
Cheetos.
I'm right.
Look.
Are considered puffs.
They are a puff. They're Cheeto is closer to popcorn than it is a goddamn
Okay.
chip.
Oh, okay.
So-
My brain is
that's wrong.
expanding as we talk.
No.
The world is
Think
opening.
about this. A chip is flat and it is made of either potato and or corn. Okay, a Cheeto is not flat, and can be made of corn and or puffed, not pastry, puffed corn, right? Corn puffs. Okay, which means it's closer to popcorn, which is puffed corn, than it is to a fucking flattened potato slice.
I mean, you just can't argue with it.
No,
It makes sense.
I am always right, always, but apparently not.
Okay, apparently
I just
the
want to let
word
you know, Mia, I am always wrong, always, and I want this
Let
one
him
win.
have it.
The whole universe has shifted in this
Yeah.
moment.
So originally the word chip comes from, it's like chipped off of the potato. It's like thin. That's why it's called
Oh.
a chip. But
Wow.
you know, through the years we've gone like, this rolled up piece of tortilla is also a chip.
No.
Yeah, it is.
You've been doing
strange.
that because you had
Okay.
slow, stupid brain.
Oh,
You've been.
is that how you attack your life right now?
Yeah, I've been red pilled. I've been
I'm woke now.
red pilled into chips.
Oh, are Taki chips dangerous? Let's read. Oh, this is just processed foods. This is,
Oh, I was like, this is a picture of principal.
can Takis make your poop red?
I feel so bad
Probably.
Cookies make
if
your
you eat
poop
enough.
red.
for
Yeah.
people in Britain when he
Yeah.
passed. Because there was a lot of people on Twitter that were very mean to them
Oh.
about him going. And I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
they're ruthless.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they don't fuck
Savage.
around. They're like, we fucking hate them.
It was brutal.
Did Prince
was like
Philip
when the-
ever do anything to you? No, but
No,
he's old and
fucking
he's
hate
dead,
him.
so fuck him.
Matters.
The first thing I saw was like someone got his phylactery finally. I was like, oh my God.
He did look terrible though.
Oh,
My
yeah.
man's looked like a ghoul from
Yeah.
Fallout. He was sitting in the back of that fucking car. You know that picture that they have him when he was like this. He was coming back from the hospital and he's like, and they were like, Prince Philip, you're going home. And he's like, thanks, smooth skin.
That's the thing. They're like, Prince Philip goes home today from the hospital. I'm like, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
You can't fool me. I see what's
Do you guys
going on in that
remember when
car.
Donald Trump got COVID?
yeah.
Everybody fucking forget about
We
that.
were on our honeymoon.
He looked so sad.
Yeah.
He came out and he gave that thumbs up, and I'm like, this may be the last time we ever see him do that. He looked so defeated, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh no,
Oh no.
oh no.
Oh
Yeah,
my
we
God, I
we were
remember.
driving to the coast, and I was like, Donald Trump has COVID, and you're like, no, he doesn't. I was like, he does.
I was like, this is
The internet says.
historic. And then
Yeah.
everybody forgot.
yeah,
I was like,
You got it
Guys.
out.
yeah.
To be fair,
I guess everybody's just so fucking tired of him that they just don't
Yeah.
want to talk about him anymore. Because that's how I was. As soon as he was out, I was like,
Yeah.
get the hell out of here, man. I'm sick of hearing about you.
yeah.
Ugh.
What else is in there? Is there anything
What?
left in
in,
there?
in here?
There's a ton in there.
There's a ton in here. What are you talking about?
Let's look at the people one more.
You want more?
Yeah, just one more little peep.
No.
Well, no, we didn't even answer the damn question. What is your favorite food?
Oh. Okay, one more. Only answering
Oh,
this
remember
one.
when we were talking about Cheetos?
Yeah.
Donald Trump, haha. Anyways.
Oh.
My
Whoa.
favorite food is I've been weighing on this for a little while.
Yeah,
I think
I think I know what your
I don't-
favorite food is.
I don't know.
We
I
had
don't
it
know
yesterday.
my favorite.
Steak
Mac
and red
cheese?
sauce.
Oh,
I think
that
your
is
mom
actually my
makes
food.
for
My
Father's
mom
Day.
makes this really good red. We just call it red sauce.
Yeah,
That she makes that we could dip like tri-tip or steak in. And I like steak. And with steak with that red sauce,
hmm
God, it's so good. That's probably my favorite food. Just because I now have a personal attachment to it. So therefore it is mine and I claim
Yeah.
it. And it's a part of my personality.
For his birthday last year, they gave him like the recipe for red sauce.
I don't want to fucking make it. I
And-
want to go to your
yeah.
house and you make it for
They
me.
gave
Yeah.
us like all the stuff we needed. It's like a bottle of wine,
loses all
like
of its
garlic and stuff.
specialness.
And then Jacob just drank the bottle of wine and we never. Sorry,
Same
Lori, if you're
I'm
watching this.
awful.
Yeah.
I'll get a bottle of wine and be like, this will last me a week and I'll drink it in a night and I'll be like, why did I do this?
your favorite food?
It has to be fried chicken.
Fried chicken?
Yeah.
Fried chicken, so
Fried
good.
chicken.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Fried chicken.
Just like normal, just raw, not raw, but
raw
Yeah.
and wiggling.
no, just
Put it in the
fucking.
flour, eat it right up.
Yeah, just alone. Just
You
fried chicken
skipped the
with
most
bone.
important part of that process. You just said put it in flour and then eat it. You didn't even
That's what
fry
I'm
it.
saying. No,
No.
because it's raw, right?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
It's so starchy.
No, I mean, my mom made fried chicken growing up. And so we did like the whole soak it in buttermilk and then like have the special mixture and fry it up. I could just eat that all anytime.
One time when I
Potatoes?
first moved out, I don't know why I did this. I made fried chicken, but I found this really weird recipe online. People said it was really good. Again, I don't know why I did this. They said to not baste. What is it when you leave a meat in like a
Marinate?
substance? Marinate it in iced tea.
I remember this.
What?
I remember this.
Iced tea and lemon. And I was
Yeah.
like, all right. And I did it. It wasn't that bad, but I mean, it was fried chicken that tastes like iced tea.
I'm having flashbacks of that first
I
apartment.
also bought way too much chicken, so I ate
Yeah.
like tons of it. I ate like one, and I was like, I'm done.
I did have a thing when I was in Connecticut where I got cravings for like homemade tortillas.
Mm.
And I saw a recipe online. I'm like, this is super easy. I could do this. And I called my mom in the process of doing it. She goes, you're doing what?
Oh.
She goes, you can't do that. I'm like, no, it's really easy.
Yeah.
And I got into doing it, and my tortillas were like this thick.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, no, I should not ever
shouldn't
be
be
doing
doing
anything in this regard.
You have a favorite food, Craig?
I like carbs a lot. So like pasta's really great.
Yeah.
Anything with white
Don't you
sauce.
just love like a Hawaiian roll with butter on it? This is why I'm fat.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
I fuck with bread,
Yeah.
but butter not so much.
Do you have a least favorite
Yeah.
food?
You have
Don't have a
tortillas
least
all the
favorite food?
time.
Yeah.
So that's weird because my favorite food of all time probably is just a burrito.
Right.
I will kill a man for a burrito.
Yeah.
I will kill people just in general for the thought of a burrito, for the honor of the burrito. I'll be oath of the burrito. Yeah. But I
Maybe
don't
it's
like
a
cilantro.
pancreas. That's what I'm saying.
I don't like cilantro. But because it makes my tongue feel weird,
Do you have like
Do you
the
have the-
thing?
I have like a
Gene?
slight allergic reaction
Oh.
to
Do you
it.
have the fucking gene that like makes cilantro taste like dish soap?
It does. It just tastes like
Yeah.
soap.
Yeah,
It
that's-
tastes
yeah.
like Dawn
Gene.
dish soap.
It
Someone
doesn't
from
taste
Iowa
like
was,
that to
yeah.
me.
Yeah, it's
I don't
terrible.
know why everybody always is like, "Oh my god, you
Yeah.
fucking taste something
But
different."
like
than
even
me.
like that, it's like something like I don't like like red sauce. So I'll eat spaghetti and like meatballs by themselves. Once I have marinara, I'm not about it.
I like dipping like mozzarella sticks in marinara,
Yeah.
but that's about it.
Tasty.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Do you like ketchup?
Yeah, I prefer barbecue sauce if I had an option.
Oh,
but
my man.
there's definitely a time and place for ketchup. Like a chili dog, you have ketchup on it.
Do you like ranch?
Yeah, more or less. I like
Wait,
ranch.
Do you like
This
sauces?
This is a little joke for me because one time when I was at your guys' house, you got me and Ed's, and you got
Oh, yeah.
I think 12
Yeah.
tubs
Yeah.
of ranch, and I was like, oh my god,
You
there's
go
so much
hard.
ranch.
Yeah.
And then you had pizza, and you were just like,
Yes,
dip-
absolutely.
coated the whole damn thing
Yeah.
in ranch. I was like, what the
And then
That's
fuck?
how it is.
I was like, "Do you guys have any hot sauce?" And you're like, "No, we have ranch."
You're like, you monster!
Fucking
Why would
weirdo.
we have fucking hot sauce?
Yeah.
well, because like the hot sauce is like in a hidden place because
It's Lacey's. Yeah, whatever the fuck Lacey has shit.
I don't
know.
touch Lacey's
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
But also, we ordered 12 ranches not just because I love it, but also because Lacey also loves it,
Yeah.
and we keep everyone happy.
Yeah.
Lacey is Craig's wife. by the
Yes.
way.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. The
Gremlin.
gremlin herself. Yeah,
Superior.
really though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've never met her, but I've heard Goblo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely straight up, straight up Gobbo King.
Yeah.
Really though.
There's
But she,
no debate.
I woke up, fuck, I don't even know, yesterday, and she was sitting on our carpet on a towel, looking at the wall, like inches from the wall. And I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And she turns around, and the scene I see, she has not a razor, but like those like hair trimmers.
Yeah.
But she goes, "I'm gonna cut my hair." I'm like, just from like feeling, you should like God guide your hand. What are you even? You didn't think about this. She goes, I was like, what are you doing? She goes, oh, the power surge, I think a breaker flipped, so our outlets in our bathroom don't work. I was like, okay, you're using it. There's some kind of brain activity
Yeah.
going on. I was like, okay, so I moved a mirror to her, and then she just did it in the floor, and I was like, okay, and that's all she did.
Let God guide
she,
your
she,
hand.
she just cut. She undercut her
Yeah,
whole hair. It looked great,
Yeah.
and she fucking left all the hair there.
Oh.
I got out of the bath, and which Landon is in. It's in Landon's pathway.
Yeah.
The whole ass mirror was there. All the towel was there, a clean towel, ruined.
Yeah.
Hair everywhere. She goes, I'm gonna shower.
It's in his wheels.
Wasted 2 other fucking towels and then walked out. And I was like,
But she's also like, we know that Craig is allergic to cilantro. Like, it tastes like soap. She makes homemade salsa, and then she's like, you gotta try it. He goes, no, I'm good.
No.
She goes, there's cilantro? No, I'm good. She goes, you gotta try it.
Yeah.
You gotta try it. And so he's like, okay. He tries it.
I do the same thing with her.
Yeah.
I will just be like, this is a food. You have to, if it doesn't have meat in it, I'm like, eat it. And
No.
she's like, no. And I'm like, eat it.
No.
Put it in your mouth.
Mm-mm.
Put it in your mouth.
No. I have to be
It works
prepared.
eventually.
I have to be prepared and ready to eat a thing, or my body's like, I don't want it. And
I'll have
he'll
like
just be like,
a Bud Light.
he'll be like, here.
And I'll be like, try this.
Oh.
And she'll be like,
ugh.
and I'm like, it's
Yeah.
a Bud Light.
My
Beer-
brain's like, I wasn't ready for this.
Beer's
I don't
gross
want
anyway.
it. Yeah,
How
it
dare you.
is.
Beer
I've
tastes
never had
like,
a beer that I
like
liked.
stale urine.
Yes.
It's awful.
How do you know
It's
it's stale?
disgusting.
You still urine even
Sometimes
taste
you gotta
like?
survive, Jacob.
Yeah, so yeah.
Beer
Sometimes
tastes
you
like
gotta bear
liquid
bear
bread.
barrels.
That's what it tastes like. Beer tastes like. Just think about bread.
Yeah,
whenever
you're always
you
like, it tastes
drink
like bread. And I'm like, no,
Nah, I prefer
bad.
if I had to drink at all, it's just something that's very fruity that isn't. That to be honest, you could tell me it's
I
alcoholic,
agree
and I'd
with
be
you.
like, I'm drunk. that's really that's a level of stuff I don't want. I don't want to taste it.
Yeah,
It's gross.
I feel the same way.
I like wine probably the most.
Lucy
But I'm
likes wine.
starting to get all pissed at wine because wine's now giving me headaches every time I drink. I'm
Aw.
like, fuck! I'm getting
Yeah.
old. I hate it.
The problem is that I don't drink enough, so every time I have like a little bit, my head gets all tingly, and then and my brain heats up, and I'm like, that's it. I'm no
My
more.
brain
No more.
heats up.
Yeah,
You cook
can
your own
feel-
brain.
I can feel the heat begin, and I'm like,
That
I'm not gonna be
fireball.
able to do it.
Kill
Oh
me.
my god!
That
We
fireball
out of the
put me
Heroes
down.
Feast cookbook that D&D made. D&D Wizards of the Coast made for Dungeons and Dragons. There is a homemade fireball liquor recipe. What it's
Yeah.
called, Fireball Delayed
Yeah.
Blast Fireball. I
Yeah.
made it. I put too much chili powder in it, and it
No,
was
chili
too
flakes.
spicy. Chili flakes.
Yeah.
And Craig was like, I'm gonna make it my mission to drink all of this.
I did.
I made it
You
in
did.
December of 2020, and he drank it slowly all the way until about 2 months ago, and he finally finished it.
Yeah.
And he
And by
was
slowly, I
like,
think
I'm so hot.
You'd
Everything
come
hurts.
over like maybe twice throughout quarantine,
yeah.
and then you would had it a little bit, and then at our cast party that we had before we like the week before we started back up, you finished it, and it was
Yeah.
like we had to get you a little fan.
Yeah, I was
It
not
was-
okay for
it
about
was
45
hot.
minutes.
Yeah.
I immediately started sweating.
Melted.
I had to eat like 10 or 12 crackers. I was like,
Yeah.
I just need to consume carbs because if not, I'm
Yeah.
going to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a fun party. Mia was also there.
Yeah.
There you go.
We got there.
Now it's too obvious. All right. Well,
No.
yeah, that was a weird party because it was like real fun. Like we had a little trivia game in the middle, and then everybody, and by everybody I mean me, got drunk, and then we just started playing like Never Have I Ever as a card game, and we
Yeah.
got way too deep, and I was like,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
I woke up the next day and I was like, I said some weird shit.
Yeah. Jacob was very sweet. It was really cool that you made like questions catered to everyone. We did a whole trivia thing where Jacob made like categories and stuff, and the last category was like literally his friends. So
Yeah.
every question was like, how well do you know Tyler or myself or whatever? And it was very cool.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
You guys won. Your team won.
We did,
Yeah.
yeah. Me,
You were
Mia,
team
and Tyler
D's?
did.
Yeah.
D's.
Oh,
yeah.
Bofa. Team Bofa.
Yeah, Bofa.
Yeah, team
Yeah.
Bofa. Yeah.
Of course.
When in doubt, meme.
Yeah. All right, I'm done.